Hey, how's it going?
Great. Yeah. How you doing? Good.
Thank you. Good to see you. Yeah, I always do that because I'm always like frantic,
Yeah.
double checking everything before I actually
So
start.
you take a pause and then
Yeah,
that's smart.
yeah.
That's really smart. Take a breath.
Take a breath. Go check it one more time. But
Make sure the light's fine.
now we have Bob.
You did that, and we weren't sitting here, and then we all just did that same thing one at a time.
Should we do that? I was kidding. No, we don't have one that. We don't have that. Cool. Well, thanks for being here. Seattle's best brunch. There's no brunch. It's 7:30 p.m. But we'll start with the first question. Oh, you have a question?
Why is it called brunch when it's 7:30 p.m.?
Because usually it's not at 7:30 p.m.
Oh.
But it's a little bit of a misnomer. There's rarely brunch. There's rarely Seattle's best, except for you guys.
Oh.
Seattle's best.
I was going to be so hurt if you didn't say that.
I almost didn't say that, but then, I mean, I will sing your praises throughout this podcast because I'm a Tiny Monsters fan.
Oh,
I'm a Tiny Monsters fan.
Nice.
Yeah.
that means a lot.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to get into that and I will fangirl out for sure. But first question, I'll let you decide who's going to answer.
Okay.
Who are you?
As a band or individually?
As a band.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really-
We are four complete individuals that happen to, I mean, we all enjoy the same kind of art. And so we happen to work well together in a room. We got together in a room and started playing. And we're like, let's do this. This is fun.
Okay.
But we're all very individual. That's why I think our individuality is one of the things that we bring to the table. Each part's different. We're not really focusing on each other. We're focusing on, our part of the art.
Yeah. Nice. So you're just a bunch of individuals.
No, I mean,
We're all
no, I'll jump in. I think in terms of like our artistic approach to things. So whenever we jam and start the writing process, it's usually like whatever your first instinct is probably the right instinct. And we all approach music from such a different angle, like different ways of approaching music.
Yeah.
We always joke as a band that it shouldn't work, but somehow it does. Yeah.
And why shouldn't it work?
Just because, normally like if you are, it's not genre specific, and it's usually like, I'm not trying to make a metal song. It just, whatever organically happens, happens.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And as individuals, we have Matt, Tim. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Tim, you son of a bitch.
Not this guy. I'm out of here. And then Iris. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, your point about it's not genre specific is very poignant because I feel like the songs that I've listened to do explore a lot. And I wrote down, I was really trying to like understand who Tiny Monsters is just from my own like perspective and the musical references that I have. So I wrote down, tell me if I'm right.
Okay.
I'm probably not.
I love this. Yeah,
I'm
this is great.
probably not, but tell me if I'm right. If you took Audio Slave, and I specifically chose Audio Slave for a reason, Florence the Machine, the Cranberries, and maybe Linkin Park.
We've never heard the last one
Yeah.
before.
I mean, we've heard a couple of those. But again, I think it goes back to like all of that is in us. There's so much music in us. You could have said Dr. Dre, and that probably would have been okay.
That was the
like,
fifth one.
Yeah. I mean, there's a little Dr. Dre in there, or, whatever it is, like
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa, or, whatever it is. Like, all that's in our DNA, and it comes out when we play together. One of the things that we always talk about is we know now as a band, as like a family, like how to breathe together really well. So we know as we're organically just freestyling and playing together, where it goes up, where it goes down, where it punches in, where to stop to let Iris sing or Matt do his thing, to like Tim to come in with some, we breathe really well together. And I think I'll speak for myself, that in all of the musical projects I've been in, it's the first time I've ever experienced that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like true love.
I think it is. Am I crying right now? Is it okay if I cry on camera?
You can cry. You can cry. Yeah.
Use that as a thumbnail.
Genre wise, we have so many different influences, and we've all grown up with such rich musical backgrounds and playing so many different styles. That when I interpret a bass line, I hear Tim do a drum line and I hear this bass line and I start off and feels like, yes, keep doing that. And then, Iris is like, ooh, that sounds great. Let's keep doing that. It's our individual selves interpreting our little parts. It's like, that's exactly what I want to do. When I write a bass line, I don't write a bass line to fit with Phil's or Tim. I write a bass line because I'm really enjoying it and it's a fun bass line and it fits really well. And that's where the energy comes from. You really enjoy it and you build that energy, then you build that energy over and over together, then that becomes a song, and then you can take it out and really fill a room with the music. It's cool.
I would like to ask you, so out of those bands that you listed up, why you listed off those
Why?
bands? Yeah.
So the Cranberries, only because of Iris's voice, like, sounds very like, I think it's in Running with the Wind, maybe, or
Rewrite.
I used to have a speech impediment. Rewrite.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Got it. Third time's a charm. There's like one note where I'm like, that reminds me of Zombies. Like, it's just very clearly.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm very honored. I love them.
Yeah. And so that's one. I think Florence, probably similar to Linkin Park, where like there's just like big sound and there's very clear understanding of good arrangement of a song, right? And I think that's one of my questions down the road. We'll get into that. But, you're very much not just finding like one section and just like playing it and bringing out parts or whatever. Like, probably because of all the projects you've done, you just have a very strong grasp of what makes a cool song. And then Audio Slave, it's because of Matt's bass lines, really. I was going to say Rage Against the Machine, but
Do you love me some Rage?
Avery is one of my favorite bass players, and it's funny that you should mention that, because he's one of those artists where I will show up at band practice and I'll have this bass line in my head and I'll just start playing it, and I'm like, oh wait, we can't play that song. It's somebody else's song.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely a lot of in my DNA. It's, like you were saying.
yeah, I mean, you could hear it. Which song starts with the bass line? Is that Running with the Wind?
Rewrite.
Rewrite. Okay,
Yeah.
that's Rewrite. I mean, as soon as it hits, I'm like, yo, that's Tim Comerford. That's Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
But you don't play on a Stingray, so.
Well, I thought you were going to say because I look like Tom Morello.
That was actually the
Well,
second point.
you have better hair than Tom.
You have better hair. No, you have hair. There's some.
Thank God.
You have hair like
Thank God.
the early 2000s, like My Chemical Romance hair. For sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, I think one thing's very clear. Like, you're very passionate about music, like the way you speak about your music, the music that inspired you. Matt, you had this picture, several pictures on your Instagram that are like a bunch of vinyl in a Kenwood stereo system.
Nice.
That was the same one my dad had.
I got that from you.
You're much younger than my dad.
Thank you.
We paid him to say that.
So this one's for each of you. We'll go super quick. Do you remember the first vinyl or album that you bought with your own money?
I do.
Okay, you can go first.
All right, I'll start. It was Ride the Lightning by Metallica.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was a heavy metal junkie when I was younger.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Matt?
I think the first, I think it was Adam Ant. Like
Adam Ann?
Viva La Rock or something.
Oh,
like
okay.
that. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Dope.
That
Okay.
was it. That was
I think it was Billie Eilish for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which one?
Um, the one that has bad guy in it.
Okay, the first one.
Yeah.
When do we sleep? Where do we go? Or
Yes,
something like that.
yeah.
And I feel like that's a good question because your first album that you buy, you probably are really just starting your journey in music.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't have a set. This is what I like and what I don't like.
Mhm.
You're really just searching.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Like I don't
Yeah.
go back and listen to that album. Like
I still like Metallica.
I've got it.
But yeah, so it could have just been a random pick, right?
Mm.
And then that is the genesis of like everything that has led up to this sitting here right now.
Yeah, which is, I mean, that's a layup because the next thing I'm gonna notice is your origin story, which feels very much serendipitous, similar to kind of what you're talking about in terms of the first album that you bought that, to your point, probably influenced how you started thinking about music and what you liked or what you wanted to start exploring or what have you. So TLDR, too long didn't read for the non-engineers in here. Started at the spot,
Yeah.
which is your spot.
Yeah.
Which was confusing when I first read it. And Tim was there, and then they were like, "Yo, Phil, you play guitar. Go play with Tim."
Well, it was a crazy. Is it okay if I?
Sure.
It was a crazy time. So it was deep lockdown days. I had opened my restaurant in West Seattle in 2020.
Great timing.
In the yeah, in
2
the
weeks
in
before closed.
2 weeks.
dude, I signed everything 2 weeks before the shutdown, and I was like, you know what, fuck you, I'm doing this. You know.
Yeah.
So the idea always from the very beginning was to have a place for my friends to play, selfishly for me to play. Like music was always going to be a part of that place. And even like our first like day that we opened, when it was like you couldn't have people and you couldn't congregate and you had to be 6 feet apart, if anyone remembers that. I still had a band inside. Like our very first day I had a band inside.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was 2021. Things were just really kind of slowly starting to open up. And some friends came in and asked if they could, play on Thursdays. An amazing blues band, John Pinetree. Yeah, which is a true soul surfer. Like just one of the most amazing musicians and crews that he's put together, probably in Seattle. And they would play on Thursdays. And it was a weird time for me because Matt and I were in another band previous to COVID. And the writing process for me during that time was any trauma or hard things that happened usually translated into a song. But during COVID, I just shut down. There was no emotion, no writing process. I was scared that I couldn't feel or write music again.
Yeah.
And just having them play, and they would always call me up and just force me to do this mechanical thing. One day they invited Tim to play drums with them, and they called me up and we were playing, and I had that spark again where it was like, I walked in with Tim and I was like, all right, I felt it again, which was a really beautiful thing. And so, I reached out to Tim and I was like, hey, I got a couple of things I've been working on. Like, I don't know where you're at. Do you want to just jam and see if there's anything there? And so closed the bar down. Tim brought his drum set in. We jammed and was like, oh shit, So then we did that for a few times and it was like, oh yeah, you know who's going to like this? Brother Matt. Yeah.
Tim has a really good friend, John, plays bass, wonderful bass player, amazing guy. And he's like, Tim's like, oh, I got this bass player. And Phil's like, no, I got the guy. And so, and Phil and I, during the whole COVID thing, Phil and I were still jamming and, I was going over there and drink beers and hanging out and,
He helped me build so much of that.
Oh, you put up the lights.
For the record.
Put up the lights, yeah.
He helped me build the bar, which
It was a party
damn, okay.
during COVID, so it's fun. I'd bring my guitar or bass or whatever, and we'd have a good time.
Yeah.
And then Phil and Tim and I got into the room, and we're like, we can definitely do this. As soon as Tim started playing, I just started playing along, and it was, a match made in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And then we really started just kind of churning that around, and we're like, okay, let's do something with this. We need a singer.
Mm-hmm.
And so we auditioned pretty much everybody in Seattle, and we had come across this person that we wanted. And Phil's like, hey, I just met this girl at this open mic, Iris. We just at least get her.
You're going too far into the story, dude. I have other questions.
Yeah, sorry, but yeah. And then so she came in, and consummate professional. She already had songs, lyrics written for it. She had it recorded, and that's always great when another artist comes in that's prepared and knows what they're doing and is a professional about it, and so we locked in right away, and we're like, okay, let's get this going.
Mm-hmm.
This is good.
And I had heard Iris. She, I just walked in on it. I had a open mic every Saturday at the place, and I had walked in, and Iris was there and singing, and I was like, holy shit! Like, that's when I was like, hey, I think I just heard the most amazing singer in the world.
Yeah.
And so I reached out to Iris, and I was like, hey, I don't know if this is going to be in your wheelhouse, or if you can hear your voice on these tracks,
Mm-hmm.
would you think about coming out and jamming and see if there's something there? And then she responded back. She's like, da da da. And then that's what Matt was talking about. Like, she had 3 days to prepare and came in and already had one song,
damn.
Completely done.
Yeah.
Completely done.
Yeah.
And
5 songs to it, but ready to go, melodies, time stamped. It was amazing. It was amazing. Iris, that was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Now it is.
Yeah. So this is chapter 6.
Yeah.
Iris, skip.
We just skipped into chapter 6.
Yeah, we skipped a lot.
We can always go back.
Yeah. No. I'm a huge fan of tangents and going back.
All right.
Quick question, Bob. Can you hear him? Okay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Don't be afraid. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. I see Iris looking at his mic sometimes.
Crazy you notice.
I'm surprised she's not kicking me. How are you not kicking me right now?
But we're on camera, I gotta think about my image. I gotta look nice.
Damn. Okay. We'll start with Iris and then potentially go back. But I wrote down this note about Iris's vocals. They're like ground Mexican chocolate. Have you ever had Taza ground?
Abuela?
Huh?
Abuela chocolate?
Abuela. Yeah.
Abuela.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're stone ground Mexican dark chocolate. Everything you want in terms of delicate chocolate, including notes of citrus. Yet the stone ground process adds grit and body that adds pleasant depth and complexity to the experience.
Oh, that's the nicest thing.
It's so
anyone
true.
ever
I mean,
said.
as soon as you start singing, I'm fucking enthralled.
Aw.
It's so good.
If I ever die and I have a book out there, can I
write
use that for? Okay,
Yeah.
thank
I'll
you.
write your eulogy.
That'd be a good epitaph, too.
Yeah. Stone ground, dark Mexican chocolate.
Dash of citrus.
Dash of citrus. Yeah, it's so good. And to your point, I think it really just works so well with the heavy, raw, distorted sound that you bring from the instrument side. So going back to that moment when you were at the open mic, one, do you remember the song that she was singing?
I don't.
Okay. That's
I
fine.
do.
I'll be honest
Do you?
about that. Do you do?
What song is it?
I want to say At Last.
No,
Oh.
I didn't. I sang one Korean song that's in English called 0310 that I cover often. And another one that's my original song, Where You At?
Mm.
Yeah.
And is that for your solo work?
Yeah, my solo
Okay.
project.
And your solo work is more on the trip hop Billie Eilish side, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay. Do you feel like that bleeds into the Tiny Monsters sound a little bit?
I tried really hard not to. I try to even set alter ego for this project, and for this project, I try to have fun, more fun. When I focus more on emotions for that project, I focus more on fun, and I just genuinely enjoy the moment with them. Yeah,
Interesting.
and that's honestly the only thing that I focus on when I do this project. So yeah.
That's so funny you say that because I feel like your songs have very strong emotion to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe that's coming more from the instrumentation or,
I don't think so.
yeah.
I mean, I think, again, like, because we all come at it from different angles,
Mm-hmm.
and we're musicians and we feel, and, you know, being in the moment in such intense music draws just emotion out of all of us, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
What was the point where it sounds like you, Tim, and Matt decided like we're going to be a band?
It was pretty early on. So, I mean, we were jamming, and we realized that, like, again, going back to, we breathe really well together. It was very easy for us to just lock in and create. And then, you know, in like, 4 jams, we had like enough material probably for 15 songs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's when it was like, all right, there's something here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's explore this.
Okay. So, like I said, I'm a fangirl now. So I had to ask.
Yeah.
Because I heard this in another interview where you said each jam session you came out with like 3 songs. Where are all those songs?
We have a lot.
Why aren't they out?
They are in a
I
folder
want more
called,
songs.
Has teeth.
Yeah.
And that's actually one of the difficult things about, you know, being in multiple, but we're all in different projects,
Right.
you know, and we're all very busy. Tim has a 1-year-old, you know, Phil's opening a new restaurant, you know.
Oh, nice.
And it's hard to get in the room together consistently to keep writing, you know. And so
Gotcha.
we've kind of gone through all of these stems and said, okay, these are the ones that we want to work on next. And so we'll work on those, or we'll get into the room and we'll start jamming and go, hey, here's a new song.
Yeah.
And so we just need to get in the room more.
Mhm.
You know, it's
But
the
then
time.
I think we have about like 10, 11 songs, and
Okay.
we've only been around for like a little over a year, almost 2, because I was gone for 10 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So for that, I think we were very productive and very busy as a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are pretty, I mean, we keep pretty consistent. We do have a big backlog though. And so it's
Okay.
like, in terms of like what comes next, like what is next, I think the evolution of where we're headed is our first album is a good snapshot of what's to come
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the emotion and the creativity. But we've just taken this, and if this is our first album, that's like progressed that much more, right? So there, it's, I think, kind of like what we're feeling as we go through, and like what do we explore. It's going to be like what hits, you know, what hits for all of us, and then it's like, all right, let's take our teeth into that.
Yeah.
I think another part of the process though too is that we're not ever really 100% happy. So we'll start working on a song and it's not ready yet, you know,
Yeah.
and it's not done yet. And we don't like this part. And that's, you know, we'll write a new part and go, okay, that's great. And then we come back to practice and go, that part sucks. Let's do something else, you know, and we'll keep working on that until we're at the, you know, we're like, let's record that and see what we can do in the recording studio.
Most of the songs that we have though are like the organic of like, we're in a room, maybe a bunch of wine, maybe not. I don't know. We're all adults here. And we just jam. And we, like I said, we lock in, and usually we'll like record an 11-minute segment, but it's all pretty cohesive. And it's like, then we have to go back and be like, all right, like, how does this flow? What do we cut out? How do we manage this? Like, what do we cut in, cut out? What do we move around? But usually it always comes from that very first organic, we're in the room for the first time and just start playing together.
Yeah. There's a video with Matt, I believe, talking about running with the wind, running in the wind,
Running with the
with the wind. Okay. You made it in a day and then it took 6 months to mix it. Yeah. So is that because the mixing process includes like a lot of arrangement and tweaking, or is it like more formal mixing where it's just purely about the sonics and processing? And then I have a part 2 question.
So we'll have the song pretty much arranged and then we'll record it. And then at that point we get very meticulous about all the parts and is this
Okay.
coming out? Is that too loud? Is that a pop there?
Yeah.
Do we like the vocals there? Is this, too many harmonies, not enough harmonies? What does the song need?
Yeah. Who's the biggest perfectionist?
1, 2, 3, and then point. What? Oh.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
No, we're all pretty particular.
There's no judging. I'm just curious.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
I think
Not at all.
the way that we approach it though is that we each let each other do what they want to do in their space. And
Yeah.
so when we go into the studio, I'm like, I want my bass to be this. And, so we kind of focus on our own little area. And then collectively, when it's done, it's kind of the full piece. And we listen to it together and go, yes, that's great. We can hear everything. Everything's coming out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
One thing that's really cool to see about your band is that even though you only have 3 songs out, you play a shit ton of shows, like a lot of shows. So first part of that question is
We do have more than 3 songs, just for the record.
Well,
Yeah.
the song that-
Yeah.
on Spotify.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was one of my questions, but then I listened to one of your shows on YouTube.
Yeah.
And yeah, you have more than 3 songs.
I was totally joking. Sorry.
Huh?
That was off-putting dry humor. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Edit, cut, and
Is my mom calling? Well, so first part of that question is like, does one of you take the lead on booking? Because you seem to be really good at it.
Iris is really strong. Yeah, so I think we've been very lucky to have built and established ourselves in our amazing community that we have in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of it is collaboration where it's like, it'd be totally awesome to play with you at this place, or be awesome to play with you at this place. Hey, we have a show, somebody will reach out and be like, we have a album release going. Do you want to join the bill? Or, so a lot of it's been pretty organic in how we've been able to book our shows.
Yeah.
Iris has done an amazing job about networking. Seattle has such a great community of musicians, and so we've all made this really great bond with all of these other musicians. And so, we go out to clubs and stuff, and then, bars, or somebody's playing here, we're going to go support them, or hey, if we can make it over here, go see these guys, or hey, this is happening over there. And it's important to be that kind of part of the community. And Iris has done an amazing job of being out front more, than, Tim or Phil or I can, just because of
Freedom.
Freedom, yeah.
Right.
Those youngins.
Yeah.
We call,
Sorry. On top of that, we don't just end it over there. We made a playlist with all the bands that we played with for that year
Oh, cool.
at the end of the year. And we're planning to do that again this year. So yeah,
Nice.
we want to grow together,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just,
Support each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much do you feel like the spot plays into that? Because you seem to have a very strong community there.
it was such a strong community. There's so many bands that Seattle goes out and watches started at the spot, which is really like, if I say this a lot, like if I could have waved a magic wand back in 2020, it would have been that to have happened there.
That's
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And did you intentionally build it to be that?
No, I again, like going back, I knew that music would always be a part of that. And then I think just because of what it is, and that was in the forefront of the mission of what that place was going to be, it just became that. It was a safe place for anyone to come and explore their art, and a very safe place for that to happen. And because of that, it just really grew. Yeah. So they're a very strong community. Yeah.
Yeah. Going back to playing a lot, one thing I was going to say is that it's really cool to see a band do something like super grassroots. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the age of social media being like the thing and where people expect to blow up. Like to see a band such as yours, you do social media, but I wouldn't say to a degree that other people do social media, but you like play a lot of shows and you build this community, and therefore like your fan base is super strong. right? And they show out for you. It's just really cool to see that that still works when a lot of people will say that it doesn't. So I just want to applaud you for that.
Thank you.
One of the things that I was thinking about, for this podcast, that I was talking to these guys before.
It's a brunch.
Tonight, the brunch. For the brunch. I'll have the eggs, Benny. Thanks. It was how much we love the community. I mean, I love playing shows. I love going up there and playing live, but that's only a small part of the whole equation, And then when we're done, we're hanging out with these great people and we have great conversations and we have great times, we talk about all kinds of stuff, and that's really the reason, why it happens and it works is because of the people that come see our shows and the fans that keep coming back, over and over, and we see them and we're like, we recognize people and we're like, hey, it's great to see you, or, and that's one of the things that I really like about the Seattle community is that, going out and supporting each other. It's not just going up there and playing and writing songs. It's also about hanging out and talking to like-minded artists and geeking out over gear and going, oh, that was a great sound, or I'm going to steal that drum lick, or, you got a new bass. That was really cool. I liked your old one, but that one sounds way better. It's really cool. It's a cool experience.
I think one of the special things about Seattle right now too is that at any given time, at any given show in the audience, there's probably 70% band members and like 30% other, that's a very special thing. And I love, it always means so much to me to look up and see people I've played with and family members from the spot or whatever it is out in the crowd. And that's a pretty common occurrence. And that is a very special thing that we have going on in the city right now.
And learning new bands, finding new bands.
Yeah.
We just played with Lovely Colors. They're so awesome. They're such great, people. And they're great music. It's like now I have a new band.
Colors.
Favorite band.
Somebody just told me that Seattle has a lot of artists, but not a lot of fans.
I disagree.
You disagree?
I think pre-COVID, no one really, the music scene was pretty stale in Seattle still. It wasn't a thing to do to go out and see live music. And during the course of COVID, and I don't know what it is, and I've thought about it a lot, is it that we were starved of it, that we were starved of community, and we had that loss of community and that sense of togetherness. I don't know what it is, but maybe halfway through the lockdown, more places opened up and more people were going to see shows. And that was kind of like the snowball now that we see where as a thing to do, people go out and see live music again. So, I mean, again, tying back into how special our scene is here in Seattle, I disagree with that 100%. I think we have amazing fans. Yeah.
I don't know though. I kind of actually agree with that.
Oh, damn.
Only because
Contentious.
Seattle is such a mecca for musicians and
for
artists. Sure. There's so many musicians out here. There's so many artists, and it's all different kinds of genres, jazz and classical right now. I mean, Seattle's one of the best places to be in the world for not only music but art too, and that's
right. You heard it. You heard it here. Heard it.
So don't come here. It rains too much.
Yeah. So I think what I heard is it's kind of a mixture of what both of you said. There are a lot of fans, but there's also a ton of artists, right? And so we just sort of tip the scale in a way that maybe other cities don't, right? Is that kind of what I'm getting?
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a revival. I think there's a revival in Seattle that's happening right now, which is a beautiful thing to see.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
There's more shows, there's more festivals, there's more places to go see music. I think as a musician, it's an exciting time to be a musician in Seattle.
Definitely a lot going on.
But also artists can be fans, right? I'm an artist, but I go out to no.
I'm the biggest.
It has to be divided.
I am the biggest fanboy in Seattle.
Yeah, I go to a lot of local shows. I go to a lot of shows, and I become fans of local bands. And and I think it's a great
synergy,
Huh?
collective, community.
that we have here.
Rapid fire. Who's your favorite band right now in Seattle? Go.
I don't want to choose. I have.
There's too many.
Yeah,
That's the toughest question in the world.
Damn. Okay. We'll move on. Okay. Move forward.
Soundgarden.
Okay, so Soundgarden. um, so in a recent podcast, they talked a lot about chemistry, which your band clearly has, right, as you described. And I think a lot of that is just serendipitous. Like you just find your people, and it's such a pleasure to be able to find that person. And I think a lot of people are searching for that creative partner. It's kind of like love in a way, right? Everyone's searching for that. Not a lot of people actually find it. So the real question is, if you were trapped on a deserted island, who's getting you off that island?
You can only pick one member.
You can only pick one member, yeah.
I wish Tim
Can
was
I stay on the island?
Can I stay on the island? You could stay on the island, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would be whoever could get to us first.
I would call
could get
Tim.
you
To me first. I mean, I
Tim
think
is more dad than all of us
Yeah.
put together.
I mean, I think we all care about each other equally, and we all do care about each other.
Uh-huh.
So if one of us was stuck on an island, it would be who could get there first to get us off the island.
Well, no, you're all stuck on the island together.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so yeah.
No, yeah, you're all stuck on it together. Yeah.
And who's going to come get us?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's like an escape room. Like who's the one that's going to get you out of the room?
Oh, okay.
I think
It'd be me.
Tim and
Is
I
that what
would
you're going to say? Were you
building
going to say it was me?
boat. Who's the navigator? Iris would navigate us out of the.
We'll get lost.
Go that way.
I'd
What are you
manage.
guys doing that?
I'd manage the process.
It's like way too much math going on. His answer right now.
I would draw a diagram and then oversee the project.
Beautiful mind the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds like no one. Sounds like you're staying on the
We're
island.
staying on the island.
Sounds like you're
We
staying on
would
the
build the
island.
most
We're making
beautiful
clueless
utopic
skirts.
society.
We're from within, right? Within the band?
Yeah.
Oh, I would say Phil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Would get us out of it.
Yeah.
You would definitely network us out of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
You would know. You would find. You'd sit down at a bar next to somebody and go, "Hey,
It is.
You should say
It is deserted. You're the only ones on the island.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, Phil has like so many
least we have a bar.
roles. He has multiple jobs and he's also a dad. And also,
Okay.
he's a lot of things, but he always gets his shit done. So, yeah.
Probably Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be Phil.
Okay.
But we would fight a lot on the way. A lot of things that happen on the
That's my
way.
next question, actually.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Is there any points of friction probably early on that you had to work through in order to like gel more together?
just communicating, learning how to communicate with each other. You know, how to trigger Phil. You know,
To get the
commands.
most out of me.
Yeah,
Trigger my mom issues.
yeah.
That's a running joke, just so you know. I
Get
may
the
have,
trauma going.
I may have them, I may not. I don't know.
Well, let's talk about it, dude.
I'm glad you brought us here today because
I have a lot to say about it.
I think in terms of our creative process, that is very there's no ego. It's a very when we're together, it's a very safe place. Again, going back to whatever the first instinct is, usually the right instinct. So it's a very free space for us to express whatever it is that we need to express. We joke because Iris and I do a lot of the market, like the business side of things, and so it's always like like brother sister butting heads on like what to post and how to post it and what to reach out. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We all
I like
heard
how
it.
she said.
Approval.
I like how she said. Can we say that we're a dysfunctional thing?
Yeah.
Like trying to whisper it. in
One
my
thing
ear,
that
but
actually
in the
got
mic.
to me. Yeah. Can I say this? That you did. But yeah, Phil once said we're like a dysfunctional family. We would fight, we would argue all the time, but at the end of the day, we're family. So yeah. And that kind of like got to me a lot. And to the point, I'm like, I'm okay with anything, Yeah, with these guys, I'm okay. Yeah.
I like how you framed that up of like, can I say this? And then you just threw Phil under the bus. He said that word is functional. Okay. We have
Yeah, at the end of the day, we've got each other's backs, and ultimately, we want the best and the most out of our music. And so, if what we're doing doesn't work, and we communicate with each other, hey, that doesn't work. Let's try something else. We're like, okay, let's try that.
Is there anything that you recall where initially you didn't think it would work, but you tried it anyways, and then it turned out to be like really great?
Like music wise?
Yeah. Or I don't know, lyrics, music.
I mean, I think we're always just jumping off the deep end.
Yeah.
I mean, we are always jumping off the deep end. And it goes back to having that free space to try whatever it is that we're feeling in the moment. So, yeah, I think we're always
It's like improv.
it is a lot, yeah.
Lightning in a bottle, and we've done it enough that we know when it is and when we feel it and we're in that moment, when we're in the pocket, we know. And so we free form enough that we just do it and then we get into the pocket. We're like, okay, yeah. Are we recording? Somebody recording this?
Do you tend to record your songs all in the same room, or do you do individual parts?
During jams, it's usually all just in the same room. Yeah. Again,
Even
okay.
when we record our album,
Yeah.
it was in the same room.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Because there is such an energy with us.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, even through your live videos, like I just get so excited.
That's all.
I think part of it is Tim. He's just like so fun to watch
It's incredible.
as a drummer.
Yeah.
Much as a
We
bass
miss you,
player,
Tim.
he's awesome to play with.
Oh, he plays bass?
He's
Tim's
all-
incredible. Yeah.
He starts playing drums, and I get up there. I'm just like, I'm in heaven. Like all I got to do is follow that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw when you're watching the live footage, but there's never not a moment where one of us is looking at each other and just smiling.
Yeah.
Here. Like one of us will do something, we'll look over and just like smile at each other.
Yeah. I mean, you could just tell that you're having fun, super passionate, and just like the energy is incredible. I mean, I need to get to a live show at some point
Yes.
for free. I'm just kidding.
I got you.
Thanks. I'm just kidding. I'll pay the ticket. I was just joking. Okay, so I'm gonna bring us to a close, but I still got some questions. But we need to let Bob go home at some point.
Bob, come on, Bob, get in here, grab a mic.
Yeah. So many questions. Okay, so one I do want to ask, going back to your song, like style and arrangement. I was having this conversation with Deshaun Rivers. You know Deshaun, yeah. And he was like, a goal of mine is to make a song over 4 or 5 minutes, because you just don't see that, especially in the hip hop R&B world. It's like 2 verses, 2 choruses, I'm out. But all the songs you have out are 4.5, 5 minutes almost. Like, is it intentional for you to push for that? Is it intentional for you to think about arrangement to extend the experience a little bit more? Or like, talk to me a little bit about how you're approaching these song structures. Or do you not know? I was kidding.
Again, it goes back to the organic process that we have, and it's what feels right for the song.
Okay.
So I don't think there's a time where it's like, oh, it needs to be 2:30 because it's going to fit on the radio, or that's not it. I think for us, it's what feels right for the song and what gives what can give the song the best opportunity to tell its story.
What story is Running with the Wind telling?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you listen to Dark and Stormy, but Dark and Stormy is about my childhood, where I was like, we all have childhood traumas, right? I left that behind in Alaska. So I moved over here from Alaska, and Dark and Stormy kind of captures that dark past, and Running with the Wind is trying to overcome that. So, wind could be anything. Wind could be your friend, your family, or, your work. It could be anything, but you're trying to run away from your problem and run towards whatever you're running towards, like a destination or whatever you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's funny, because one of my notes was you being the band, tend to explore the motif, the like concept of running a lot in your music.
There's a lot of movement. Yeah. The cycle. Keeping going.
I think something that's magic with all of us too, Tim's not here, but he's part of it, is there's a lot of emotion, like you said, in our music, and there's a lot of ups and downs, and it tells a story, and it's usually a journey, and we all kind of, again, lock into that feeling and that emotion and the story as we're playing, and all of us have a part in telling the story of this experience, this song that we have written. And it's really cool to Iris will write lyrics and a melody, and it's like, holy shit, that's exactly like kind of what I was feeling in the moment, you know?
Well, and each song has a reason, a meaning. It's that, when we write, each song's got to be different. It's got to be its own thing, and like with Dark and Stormy, Tim's hitting the drums like thunder, and there's that theme there, and Running with the Wind, there's that da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, we're getting up and we're, getting moving. And we try to capture, what does that song need? If this song's about this emotion and this time and this, period, what are we doing to help accentuate that and bring that out, tell that story?
And does that still tend to be very serendipitous, where when you go back, you uncover that meaning, or are there moments where you intentionally try to bring that out?
Kind of both, sometimes.
A little bit of both.
What is the song that...
Depends on the song.
Yeah.
Great answer, Iris.
I think it was a podcast or something else where you talked about like a song you heard. I think it was you, Phil. A song you heard when you were 15 may mean something different to you now that you have more experience.
Yeah.
Is there any song of Tiny Monsters that you feel that way about?
I think all of them over time. Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of the beautiful thing about music. The opening chords to Running with the Wind, just for example, I had versions of that probably for the last 15 years. And that came out of some trauma that I was going through. And I was kind of really getting really back into my instrument and playing guitar. And that was kind of the first time that I had ever really gone through some deep shit and been able to like translate that through something. And so that was kind of like, that vibe and that chord progression, that's always kind of been with me for a while, and it's changed over time and through the things that I went through. And it finally found a home, with the family here. Yeah.
I love that song. That's my favorite song. It's so fucking good.
For me, Rewrite is embodies that kind of idea. Phil and I came up originally with the bass and the guitar parts, and we started kind of playing it around when we brought Tim in, and we kind of explored the song a little bit more and kind of fleshed it out. And then, Iris came in, started writing lyrics for it, and she was like, rewrite, I'm not gonna get stuck in your system. I'm not gonna get stuck in this over and over thing. And that song became something new. It became a rewrite, and it was very much a different song. We played a little bit faster. We arranged it a little bit different, and, with the lyrics, it became, the song I think that's supposed to be, and definitely different from when we first started, putting it together.
Yeah. But also like emotion, right? So, there's times that usually when I'm playing, I get a visual in my head. So a lot of times if you see me on stage, my eyes are closed because it's a weird thing where it's like there's a visual and an emotion attached to it. And depending upon what's going on in life or where I'm at or what I'm at that night in the moment, like that can also change, So the song will take on a different meaning for me with that. And again, like, going back to that podcast we were listening to, and I was getting at is like a song that I heard when I was 15, I could listen to it now. And because I've lived so much more life and have more layers and depth and where I'm at now in my life, that song could hit differently and have a different feel and different meaning to me. So a sad song can now feel happier, whatever it is. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I feel the same way about Kids Bop.
Bop?
Baby Shark.
Bop, bop, bop. Okay. So I have three more points. First one's just a statement. Your tiny desk, it's unjust that it wasn't picked.
Oh. Bob, would you like to clap in the back?
Yeah. It's so good. It's so good. I love the arrangement of that song and what you did with it.
Thank
and
you.
you're all like dressed up, so it looks fancy with the candles, but it's just I mean, seriously, like your music is fucking amazing, and I cannot wait to hear more of it.
Well, thank you
Means
so
a lot
much.
coming from you.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
I mean, I'm just a guy in a crazy shirt. No, it's super cool. It's really cool. Before my last question, is there anything? I talked mainly just about you. Is there anything that you were excited or hoping that we would talk about that we didn't?
Oh, we haven't.
Oh, duh, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about that.
I was going to say we haven't talked about Phil's hair yet.
His hair?
No, we did. We covered it. We covered it.
Was I sleeping? Oh, that's right. That's right. I was just.
My Chemical Romance.
I was asleep. That's right.
Like with a modern twist. Is that
Yeah,
just
yeah.
what we discussed?
Yeah, yeah, the album, the upcoming
we
album.
have an upcoming album.
So, how many songs is on the album? Because you sent me songs.
Yeah.
but there's 5 of them.
So, did you get into
I can answer
the
that.
live?
Oh, right. Because
Yeah.
it's going to be the like studio and then like acoustic live.
Yeah, we have a really
versions.
cool
okay.
concept that Iris is about to cover right now.
We have 5 songs. Our original version is 4 acoustic songs. Yeah, acoustic versions of the 4 songs. And
Nice.
so it'll be 9 songs. And we'll be revealing live performance of those acoustic songs.
Did you malfunction?
Yeah,
Are you-
what am I trying to say? Phil.
Pretty serious. So, I think
She's
what
like,
I think what my friend here is trying to say is love is blind. Is
Damn.
that-
Love is
Did we
blind.
cover it?
Yeah, love is blind. C'est la vie.
Yeah. So we that Tiny Desk version that you saw of the song, we recorded
Good.
all the versions of our
Like that.
songs in that church acoustically. And so, I mean, that was a very personal thing. So there was a lot going on that day too. We had a house fire, house burned down,
Damn.
a lot of emotion. And it was I think it was a very special moment for all of us because it was a very, one of the homies got hit with a pretty tragic thing in their life, and everybody came together, and it was just a very emotional experience for all of us while we were recording that. And we recorded all live in an open room. So yeah, I think the concept is pretty cool. We're gonna have our rock recorded studio stuff, and then the second version of that will be our live acoustic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the energy that was coming through the video, like
Tiny Desk.
everything that you were talking about. Yeah. Because I mean, as soon as it starts, you just feel like this ambiance, and it's captivating.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a pretty emotional experience for all of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
A really cool space too.
Yeah, for sure.
Just being in the church and it has its own ambiance already, and we had complete control and it sounded great. And
Shout out to Don and Cody.
yeah, shout out to Don and Cody for sure.
Don and Cody. Dope.
They're dope.
Cody's done the filming, and Don, what's Don's last name?
Farwell.
Farwell.
Don Farwell did that.
He does our
Engineering,
recording, engineering, and some
Dope.
production, and
Yeah.
really great guy. Can't wait to do more stuff with him.
Nice.
Yeah, he did all the recording for our album also.
Okay.
The majority of it, not all of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Does he work at Bear Creek?
No, so we recorded
Running with the Wind
at Bear Creek.
Okay.
with Taylor.
Taylor Carroll.
Shout out
who
to
is
Taylor.
Awesome. Taylor, you're awesome. If you see this ever, we think you're amazing.
He's
then-
going to see it because you're going to send it to him.
Of course. Yeah. And then the rest of the album was done with Don Farwell. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so that lays me up for my last question, which is my favorite, which you should know what it is because you've seen all the Seattle's Best Brunch videos. So like I just did for the past 45 minutes, I love giving flowers. So you can answer individually or collectively. Who is someone that you would love to give flowers to? And since it's happened, it can't be me. Not saying you were going to say that, but just to like rule myself out. Yeah, I know. That was-
Who? I gave my girlfriend flowers today.
Yeah, that counts.
That counts.
Spouses, supportive spouses. Is that your answer?
I think always it's my mom.
It's your mom.
Yeah, my mom for sure. So she's instilled everything that I have. Work ethic. We always had a drum set. My brother's a drummer. We always had a drum set and an amp set up in the living room. And from the time that I can remember, she's always encouraged the creativeness in me.
Nice.
I would like to give my mom flowers. Thanks, Mom. Yeah.
Shout out to the moms out there. I love how we could have complicated relationships with our parents, and yet they're still like the people that we want to give flowers to.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's so cool. Okay, girlfriend, mom.
Can I say Tim because it's not here today?
No, that doesn't count.
Okay.
But complete the answer anyway.
Finley.
Oh.
I want to say family, but you already took family, so Finley.
Finley's Tim's 1-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who just
I like the way you did that.
I got his
Yeah.
finger. He's got 17 stitches
Kitty.
on his finger.
Oh,
He
damn.
got bit by it. Yeah. Poor guy.
Okay, shout out Tim and Finley.
Mhm.
Finley. Tim and Finley. Okay.
And Kendall.
And Kendall.
Kendall.
She's the one that lets us have band practice at their house.
Thank you.
Shout out to Kendall.
She deserves flowers.
Just the whole family.
family. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I think it's like that song, I'd like to buy the world a Coke. If I could give a million flowers out, I would. There's so many people that deserve flowers. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's start now.
Let's start now.
Start now. You heard it here first. At the Labor Temple, we had to shout them out at this beautiful spot.
It's amazing.
This spot is amazing.
Yeah. Super warm back here with all the radiators. But thank you.
Thanks for
you.
having us.
This was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
A wonderful brunch. This is like top notch.
Top notch brunch. And thanks to Bob.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Flowers I'll give it to Bob actually tonight.
Perfect.
Yeah. Cool. That's it.
All right.
All right.
Sweet. Hope that wasn't too uncomfortable. Was that okay?